The night after Mira's moonlight concert, Seoul was glowing brighter than ever. Neon signs painted the streets in pink, purple, and blue like the city itself was celebrating. But one person wasn't sleeping. Zoey, the group's tech genius and dancer, sat in the studio surrounded by blinking gadgets, tapping away at her hollow tablet. She grinned. Okay, new project. Project Nightbeat. A drone that syncs to my dance moves. Rumi peeked in, holding a smoothie. You're supposed to rest, remember? Zoey winked. Can't rest when inspiration's lit, Mira laughed softly. Just don't accidentally hack the moon again, Zoey giggled. But as she typed the final command, the power flickered. Then crash! A bolt of pink lightning zapped through the room, knocking her tablet across the floor. When the light faded, something moved in the corner. A small fox, glowing neon blue with swirling purple markings, blinked up at her with curious eyes. Whoa, Zoey whispered. Did I just code a fox? The creature tilted its head and let out a soft chime instead of a bark. Mira gasped. It's beautiful. Rumi crouched beside it. Are you sure this isn't one of those demon pets again? Zoey shook her head. No way! Look, its light pulses in rhythm. Indeed, every time Zoey snapped her fingers or tapped her shoe, the fox's fur flashed with matching beats. That night, as the girls performed at a rooftop concert, Zoey noticed the fox hiding behind a speaker, watching her dance. When she hit the final move of their song, the fox leapt into the air, whoosh, and fired a burst of light that exploded like fireworks. The crowd roared. Everyone thought it was part of the show. Zoey laughed. Guess you're my new special effect, little dude. She decided to name him Lumo. For the next few days, Zoey and Lumo were inseparable. He followed her everywhere, studio, stage, even the bubble tea cafe. When she danced, he twirled around her in glowing circles. When she felt sad or tired, his fur shimmered gently, playing soothing tones like lullabies. But then strange things began happening. Streetlights started flickering whenever Zoey and Lumo were nearby. Neon signs glitched out, flashing words backwards. And at night, a strange symbol began glowing across the city, a fox-shaped outline of light that seemed to move. Rumi frowned when she saw it on the news. Zoey, your new pet's causing a full-on city glitch. Zoey bit her lip. He wouldn't do that on purpose. Lumo whimpered softly, his tail dimming. That evening, Mira's voice was gentle. Maybe something's calling him. Later, while everyone slept, Zoey followed Lumo as he padded quietly out of the dorm. He led her across empty streets to Neon Alley, where the colors of the city shimmered like liquid light. At the end of the alley stood a glowing doorway shaped like a foxtail. Before Zoey could react, a voice echoed, "You brought him back." A tall figure stepped out, a man cloaked in orange light, eyes bright like embers. I am Rain, guardian of the neon realm. Lumo is one of ours, a spirit of energy and rhythm. He escaped when your world's lights became too strong, but now the balance is breaking. Zoey hugged Lumo close. He's not just a spirit, he's my friend. Rayan's expression softened. Then you understand his power belongs to both worlds. If he stays, your lights will fade. If he leaves, his glow will fade. Tears welled in Zoey's eyes. There has to be another way. Lumo stepped back, his tail flickering like a heartbeat. He looked up at Zoey with a gentle sound, a final chime. Then he began to glow brighter and brighter, surrounding them both in light. When Zoey opened her eyes, she stood in a vast sky of colors. Neon rivers flowed across the clouds. Rayan's voice echoed softly. Your bond is pure. If your hearts are connected through rhythm, his light can live in both worlds. Zoey felt her chest warm as Lumo's glow surrounded her hands. She closed her eyes and began to dance slow at first, then faster, spinning to the rhythm in her heart. Each step left trails of light that formed music notes in the air. Lumo joined in, swirling around her in bright circles. Together, they created a spiral of color that burst upward, linking the two worlds in harmony. The next morning, the girls woke to find Zoey asleep on the couch, her hair full of glowing sparkles, and her tablet softly pulsing with light. Rumi smiled. Rough night? Zoey yawned and held up the tablet. Lumo's still here. On the screen, a tiny neon fox danced to her heartbeat, wagging his tail. Mira gosped. He's digital now, Zoey grinned. Half spirit, half goddess, also present friend. That night at their concert, when Zoey took the stage, the holographic fox danced beside her, flickering in rhythm to every move. The crowd went wild, cheering for the glowing fox that followed her every step. As the final song ended, Zoey whispered, "Thanks, Lumo, you'll always be my light." And as the neon lights of Seoul shimmered across the night, a faint blue fox silhouette ran across the rooftops, watching, glowing, and smiling in rhythm with her heart.